So yeah, whoever are interested can watch the live also. Okay, so let me share my screen so that you'll be able to see. Can you see my screen? Can you just confirm me, anyone? Yeah, just give me a minute. So let us start with the question. I guess you all can. Yes, okay, fine. Yeah, so let us start with the question. Okay, what is Flutter? Okay, so before knowing about Flutter, let us know about how actually apps are developed. Okay, coming to mobile apps, we have different operating system mobiles. Like we have Android operating system, we have iOS operating system, and we have desktop, and we have now recently we are seeing smart watches, smart mirrors as well, and smart watches in smart screens uh, in cars as well. Yes or no? Like are we all seeing these screens? Yes. So if you want to develop an app for Android, because most of the in the market, most of the users use Android mobiles. Yes or no? Like 80% of the market uses Android mobiles. So in order to develop an app for Android, you need to write the code in Java. Okay, because Android operating system can only accept Java code. It won't accept any other language. So we call Java as the native language of Android. Understood? Uh, is it clear? Like, what is the native language to develop an app for only Android? It is what? Java. Yeah. So in the same way, for iOS, the native language to develop apps is a language called Shift. SWIFT. Okay. So developers, what they used to do is, in order to develop an app for different operating systems, let's say I want to develop an app for, let's say, three operating systems, let's say desktop, Android, and iOS. Now I should develop three different apps. Before, it was the scenario before Flutter. Okay, so in Android I should hire a Java developer. For iOS I should hire a Shift developer. For desktop, like other language. So this is the problem which most of the companies faced, and it's very hard for developers also to develop different apps for different operating systems, because those operating systems can only accept that. Okay, I guess you are clear. Like for Android it is Java, for iOS it is Shift, and for desktop like the C++ or it may be something. Okay, so Google and Facebook came up with a solution for this, which is called hybrid mobile app development platform. Like, are you getting? Like, is my voice audible and it's clear? Are you understanding? You can be free. You can open up your mic and you can speak if you have any doubts.
Yes, you are clear.
Okay, fine, good. So, like Google and Facebook came up with a solution to this problem, which is Facebook came up with React Native and Google came up with Flutter. But who is first in the market means React Native. They came up with a hybrid mobile app development platform which is called React Native, in which you can develop an app using single coding language, but you can run it on multiple platforms. You can run it on either Android or iOS or desktop, anywhere, like any screen. Okay, and also Google came up with another hybrid mobile app development framework. We call it as framework. Okay, I will tell you the definition of framework. Okay, so Flutter, what it does is, using Flutter you can develop an app using a single programming language. It's not Java, it's not Shift, it's not any other language. It is a unique language through which you will develop an app, and that app you can run on any platform. Like let's say it's Android. If you see here, we have heard some questions like when it is coming to Android, if there is an iOS app, you maybe heard about these questions like when it is coming to Android, when it is coming to iOS, when it is coming to website, when it is coming to desktop. So for all these questions, Google and Facebook came up with a solution which is Flutter and React Native. And Flutter apps can run on any platform, any screen. Remember this. Any screen means you can run your app on tablet, you can run your app on any sized mobile or any operating system. Either it's web which uses Chrome operating system, either it's iOS which uses its own operating system, and Android it uses Android operating system. And now we are seeing smart watches. For those also you can make apps using Flutter. See, this is an example. Like recently, if you watch Shark Tank India, they came up with a mirror which will help you in your fitness. Like for that, they are running some software in that mirror that is developed using Flutter. So you can develop a software for any screen. Remember this, okay? Using Flutter. And it is now the community is building, and in future 2 to 3 years, like the dream and the vision of these two companies are very big, but initially they need to fight. Now they are fighting, they are at fighting stage, React Native and Flutter. But after 2 to 3 years, these are going to boom in the market, okay? So they are making a huge problem easy, okay? Are you getting, like, have you understood up to now what I'm telling? Yes? Can you confirm me once?
Yes, sure.
Everyone? I guess 16 are there.
Sir.
Is it clear for all?
Yes, yes.
Okay, fine. Yeah, so let us go to the next step. We understood what is Flutter, okay? Now, have you understood why Flutter actually? Why do we need Flutter? Why do we need Flutter? Because previously it was very hard for developers to develop app on multiple platforms, like different apps for different operating system. And there is also one more thing. In order to develop the UI means whatever you see on the screen of an app. If you see Swiggy app, the home screen, like whatever buttons and whatever text and all that which you are seeing, that we call it as user interface, where the user can interfere with the screen, okay? See, if you see here, this is the user interface. That means through that the user can interfere with the software, okay? So this user interface I was telling about, like in order to develop an user interface using Java or Shift, it is very hard because you need to use some scripting languages for doing that. In Android, if I want to develop an app, for UI I should use another language, and for logical part I have to use Java, okay? For UI we will be using XML, okay, extensible markup language, which is similar to HTML, okay? This XML designing is very hard. So what this Flutter came up with, something called widgets. Have you heard about widgets before? Like, do you know any widgets which you use daily? Anyone can just tell. Like, I have heard about this widget before. Like in your mobile you will be seeing widgets, I guess, in your day-to-day life. Yes? Have you heard of the word widget? When you long press on your
Yes,
on your
with
home
it,
button.
with it.
Yes, widget is like a static UI which is inbuilt that you can use it, okay? So
Yeah.
in Flutter everything is a widget. Remember this. Whatever you see on the screen, it's a widget. Button, text, color, whatever, everything, okay? So, and one more thing is, in order to develop an app in Java, when I run the code, it used to take around 5 minutes to run the code and see the output, okay? 5 minutes. 5 minutes is very valuable for a developer because every time he runs and check the output, it takes 5 minutes. But Flutter came up with a solution which is called hot reload. If you can see here, this split second hot reload. That means you can write your code within a split of second. Within a second if you press on the hot reload option, you can see the change in the output in your mobile. Okay, are you getting understood?
Yeah.
Yeah, so now let us come back. So we have understood like what is Flutter. Okay, now the programming language which we use for Flutter is Dart. Okay, it is an object oriented programming language which is also developed by Google. Okay, guys, I will tell you a best example for Flutter app which you use in your day to day life, which is Google Pay. Google Pay app is built entirely using Flutter. Whatever you can do on Google Pay, you can develop that with Flutter. Okay, it has payment interface, it has many more features in it. Okay, and there are many apps which use Flutter. Alibaba uses Flutter and so many. Okay, and the programming language which powers this Flutter is Dart. Okay, I hope you have heard about it. And Dart programming language is almost similar to C language, but it is an object oriented programming language. It's very easy to learn. If you know the basics of programming, it's very easy to learn. Okay, and if you see here, Flutter Flutter is a widespread framework. Like you can run your apps on Android, desktop, web, and iOS. Okay, and here, as I said, these are the widgets. Okay, in Flutter everything is a widget. Okay, if you use row widget, what happens is two widgets will be aligned one beside other. Row means what? One beside other, right? So if you use row widget, it will align the widgets which are inside the row one beside other. Let's say I have given two widgets inside row. Let's say one text and the other one is also text. Those two text will be coming one beside other. What if I give them in column? Can anyone tell what happens if I give in column? Guys, you can just answer. Don't feel.
Could you explain again?
Yeah. In Flutter, as I told, everything is a widget. Okay. So there is a widget which is called row. Okay. Inside this row widget, if I give two widgets, let's say an image and a button. So those two widgets will be aligned one beside other, as you see here. This is the first widget and this is the second widget, and these two widgets are inside the row. Okay, that is why they are one beside other. Okay, in the same way, if you give a column, what will happen?
One below the other.
Very good, it's one below the other. So, and if I want to overlap one widget over another widget, I should use some widget called stack. Okay, understood? And if you want some spacing for the widget from outside, whenever you give spacing from outside, it is called padding. Okay, from outside, that means from this margins you will get a padding, which means a gap. Okay, and you can center widgets by using center widget. These are some of the widgets which we use. I will show you practically now. I will run the app on my mobile and I will show you. Okay, I will show you the practical output of it. So in Flutter, every app is developed by building like let's say every block here is a widget. Okay, text, all those, by aligning them in a proper tree structure or else proper building block, then you can build an app. Okay, so everything is ready made for you. Like texts are ready made, buttons are ready made, app bar is ready made. App bar means the bar which you see on the top. I'll show you an example. Okay, everything is ready made in Flutter. Okay, and you can just use them and give a properties to them. Let's say you want some text to see on your screen. Text widget will be there. Okay, what you can do is you can use that text widget and give properties to that text, like color should be this, and its elevation should be this much, boldness should be this much, thickness should be this much, and you can give all the properties to the widgets. Okay, so in object oriented programming, you have heard about class and object, have you? Like in your day to day programming languages, so many lecturers teach you about class and objects, right? But they tell you everything in programming way, not in realistic way. So in Flutter, understand. Let me take you a general example. If you see, let's say there is a bike object. Okay, bike is an object. Now you can define a class as a blueprint of an object. So if you want to build a bike, what all you need? If you want to build a bike, what all you need? First thing is, what are the properties of the bike? Okay, let's say number of tires, 2. Okay, number of side mirrors, 2. These are the variables. Okay, in a class we define variables. These are the variables of the object. And what are the functionalities of the object? What will bike do? It will move front, it will move back, it will move right, it will move left. We can use gear option. Okay, these are the functions. So you can define a class as a blueprint of an object. It tells the entire object, it tells about the entire object in a clear way. So we can define as a class is a collection of attributes and functions of an object, whatever object it may be. In apps, the objects are these text, these buttons, and all this. Okay, now I will give you an example. You tell me like what are the properties and functions of that object. Okay, let's say you have taken a car. What are the properties and functionalities of a car? Now define a class for a car. How you'll do that? Class. Okay, let me show you here. Okay, let me write it. Dartpad is just a console where you can just run your code. Okay, for Dart coding. Now let us create a class. You should tell me. You all should tell me. Okay, I'll create a class car. Okay. Now what are the properties, like what you feel will be present in a car? Anyone? What are the properties?
Steering.
Yes. Okay. It should be some value. Okay. Properties means it should be some value. Let's say number of tires. Int number of tires. Number of tires equal to, let's say, 4. Number of
Color type.
Yes, very good. Color is one property. Number of let's say
Lights.
yes, number of lights. Number of
Seats.
lights. Yes, all those will come under properties. Number of lights equal to, let's say, 3. Now let us write only 2 now. And functionalities of car, what?
Gear.
Gear. Okay, void
Brake.
let's say
Clutch.
I'll write as first gear. Okay,
Okay.
first gear. Accelerator. Yes. So see, I'm writing a function now. This is a function. Okay, this function is not returning anything, but inside this I'll just write a print statement. Okay, whatever you write inside this, when you call that function, that will happen. Car is running in first gear. Okay, running in first gear. Like this, a class is defined as a collection of attributes or properties and functions. Okay, now if I want to access these properties and functions, we need to create an object. Okay, this object is different and creation of object is different. Okay, now I want to access this, I want to call this. How can I call? I should create an object. So I'll create an object like this, class name, and the object name, whatever you want you can give, equal to again the class name. Okay, now using this object you can access the attributes here, 10th and 11th, and the functions. Now here I'll write, see, here I'll just write obj dot first gear. Now tell me, if I run this, what will be the output? Anyone?
Car is running in first gear.
Yes, exactly. So in the same way, what Flutter has done is they have created so many classes. Okay, for every button is a class, For button, what are the properties? For this button, let's say this is the button. What are the properties? Color, border radius, all this. Okay. For every button, they have created all the classes and they call them as widgets. Okay. It is predefined. It is ready-made for you. Now what you have to do is you should create objects for those classes and you need to access those properties and methods. Understood? This works not only in Flutter, every programming language. If you see, if you are building some UI, those all already come with the SDK. SDK stands for Software Development Kit. So Flutter gives you an SDK if you want to develop an app. First you need to install that on your laptop. Okay. In that SDK, all these classes come in. Now you need to create objects. Can anyone just confirm me whether the live is running or not? Let me check it once. It showed a message saying disconnected. Okay, it's working. Yeah. So we learned about using Flutter we can develop hybrid apps. Yeah. So that hybrid apps can be run on any platform. Now let us see what are the how to do Flutter. Okay, how to do apps in Flutter. Remember, in order to develop an app using Flutter, you need three things. Okay. First one, as I said, Flutter SDK, which is a software development kit. So without this kit, you cannot do an app in Flutter. Okay, it contains all the widgets that are required to develop a mobile app. Understanding? Yes? I think there is no response, like no one said yes if you're understanding. Is there any confusion? If you have any confusion, you can ask me. Yes or no? Am I audible? Hello?
Yes, sir, you're audible, sir.
Is it clear? Like, are you yeah, okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And see, I was telling about in order to develop an app using Flutter, you need three things. First one is Flutter SDK, where you will get all the development kit. See, in order to build something using blocks, what you need? We play games, right? In our childhood, there will be blocks. You need to just puzzle out them and build something. In the same way, SDK gives you all the things. You should align them properly and you should build something, which is a Flutter app again. Okay. And the next one is Git, which is very important. Git is, we call it as a version control system. For example, I'll tell you, see, let's say there is Amazon app. Okay. Amazon app is there. The Amazon app which you saw 5 years back, is it the same as now?
No.
No, because every day they work on different versions of app. That means in order to control those versions, you need a version control system. Let's say Amazon was launched in, let's say, 2010. In 2011, they came up with a new version of Amazon in which the UI is changed. Okay. Now, if I want to change the UI, if I change the code in the app, is it correct? Without maintaining a copy of the code. Let's say I want to update Amazon app. What I will do is I will directly take the source code and make changes in that code. Is it okay to do like that? In a production ready app, in a production means an app which is in the market. Is it the good way to do like that? Yes or no? Like,
No.
because see, you should first, whenever there is a version, let's say first version of Amazon is 1.1. Okay. What version control system will do is, you will make a copy of that version, put it aside, and you will work on the copy of that. Because if you want the older version again, you can't do it if you change the code. Yes or no? There comes the version control system. For doing all this, you need a version control system, which is Git. Okay. And is the entire Amazon app built by one person? Is it built by one person? No. So different persons work on single app. Okay. Different people contribute different things to that app. So what this Git will do is, it will analyze who did what, and once the admin accepts it, then it will align it to the original app. Okay, understood? There will be different branches for the project. Okay, everyone will be working on different branches. They will do the changes and they will push it onto the main branch, and this main branch will be launched onto market. So we need a version control system if you want to develop an app using Flutter, which is mandatory. Okay, because if you are developing a production ready app, production ready means which you want to go to market, you need, first one is Flutter SDK, second one is Git. Whoever asks you, whenever somebody says what is Git or GitHub, GitHub is like your project will be stored on some server. From there you can access your project and you can see the updates over there. Let's say I have done some app. Okay, what I will do is I will upload it onto GitHub. Okay, now somebody wants to work on the same app and they want to make changes to my app. What they can do is they can clone that. If I put it in public, if I put it in private, I only can access it, but I can put it in if I put private, only I can access, but if I put in public, everyone can access. Okay, so when he can clone that. Clone means he can take a copy of that onto his system, he can make the changes and he can commit. Okay, when he commits, if I saw that as interesting, which will work with my app, then I can add it to my original code. Okay, are you getting understood? Yes, can you confirm? Anyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. So we can, whenever somebody asks you what is Git or GitHub, you should tell the word what you should tell. Git is a dash
Version control.
version control system. Good. And the third one you require is an IDE. IDE stands for Integrated Development Environment. Integrated Development Environment means, see, for developing an app, can you develop an app in Notepad? Can you do it? Can you do it in Notepad? No, it's very hard because Notepad does not have the features to run your app, test your app, debug your app, or do like run and test, debug and see the output of your code. It don't have any features. Okay, but you can save the file in that coding, like whatever code you want with that extension, and you can run it on another platform. But Notepad is just to note. Okay, so in order to develop an app, you need a software which is called Integrated Development Environment. The name itself tells development environment, which means it is an environment where you can develop something. Okay, there you can test your app, you can run your app. Can anyone tell me an example for IDE which you have heard?
Python IDE.
Very good. PyCharm is the Python IDE. And the other one is VS Code, which most of them use. Android Studio. These are the IDEs which are provided by some companies. Okay, see, whenever you heard about Android Studio, it's not only for Android. You can develop any app. It's just an environment where you can write your code. Okay, so these three things you need. So in order to install them, you should go to Flutter official website. Let me open it. And in this it is detailedly explained everything. Okay, see, if you see in this website, this is the official website of Flutter. This website is also built using Flutter. If you see, the theme itself tells like every screen has covered in Flutter. Flutter transforms the app development process. See, previously it was very hard to develop an app. Flutter transforms it. Okay, build, test, and deploy beautiful mobile, web, desktop, and embedded apps from a single code base. What is that code base? Single code base. What is that? What is that code base? I told you. What is the programming language used for Flutter?
Dart.
Very good. It's Dart. So if you come down, Flutter apps are fast. If you see Google Pay app and Phone Pay app, what difference did you see? Can anyone tell? What is the difference you observed? Any difference? Like, have you observed? Which one feels good to you?
Phone is
For like coming to design part, which one looks good?
phone pay.
Design part.
Google Pay.
Like everybody have their own preference, but in reality, Google Pay looks good. Like the buttons and all those, if you see, those are flexible. Flexible in the sense, like however you want, you can design your UI. It's not restricted. Like whatever you want, you can put it on your app. Productive in the sense, it will reduce the time. As I said, hot reload. See this option. Hot reload is like it will productive means it will reduce the development time. Okay. So reach users on every screen, multi-platform. Okay. Somebody is here. Let me admit them. Yeah. So the next one is trusted by many. Okay. Flutter is slowly building its community. Okay. And if you see how Google Pay uses Flutter to change the world of mobile payments. And these are other companies which use Flutter. Okay, it is supported by Google and open for everyone. It is an open source. Open source means everyone can download it. Okay, so in order to download, you can click on this get started, and you should download your SDK. Okay, SDK stands for
Software Development Kit.
yes. So you need to install that. In order to it consists all the kit, all the elements required to develop a Flutter app. Okay, yes, understood. Let me come. And it supports every screen. If you see here, yeah. Let me. First thing is you should install when you click on Windows. This will start installing. Okay, you can install it. You can extract that file. Okay, installation procedure. It's all. I'll put it on my YouTube channel. You can get it there. Okay, it's already there a video, but I didn't upload it. You'll be getting more updates on my YouTube channel like every day. And there is a playlist which I am running on full stack web development using Mern stack. Okay, Mern in the sense MongoDB, Express.js, React.js, and Node.js. Okay, if you are interested, if you want to learn it, you can just go over there and watch the entire videos. Okay, it is explained from scratch, from zero. That I can assure you. Okay, if you are interested, you can watch. The link is in the group. Okay, I will share you there. And next one, what we should install after Flutter SDK? Next, what are the 3 requirements for developing an app?
Flutter, Git, and IDE.
Second, we need Git. So in order to install Git, you can just type Git. Okay, and you can download it from here. Okay, here you'll get a screen of mobile. Yeah, you can download for Windows. Okay, it will start downloading, and you can just open that, and you can click on next. Okay, it will install that. And the next one is what?
IDE.
Yes. So it's better, and I suggest you all to use VS Code, because VS Code is very light and it takes less amount of RAM on your computer. But if you use Android Studio, your laptop will burn, like it will be heating. Like if you have around 8 GB of RAM, I suggest you to use VS Code. But if you have RAM around more than 18 GB, then you can use Android Studio. Okay, it is a heavy software, whereas VS Code is a light software. Okay, so in order to install them also, you can just go and type VS Code. And I'm trying to soon prepare a playlist on Flutter as well, which will be very minimalistic. Like it will be with, like it will be not 1 hour like every video. I'm trying to reduce the size of the video so that in limited amount of time you can get more knowledge. Okay, so you can download it from here. Okay, let me show you an example. Okay, with this you will understand whatever I have told up to now. Like you should put it in your mind. Okay, do you remember like whatever I have told from the start? Yes. Yeah, let me it's not there here, I guess. Okay, it's in this. Let me check for it. Give me a minute. Internet is slow. And guys, today I have uploaded a video which will be very best video ever. That course which is given by, I have told you about a free course which is provided by Harvard University, and the person is explaining it in an excellent way. If you want to learn for free, that is the best course I would suggest you. Once go through that course. I have tried it. It's awesome. Everything is explained from zero there, with practical knowledge, where you will be developing few projects as well. Okay, try to refer to that course. It's not about my YouTube channel or going to my YouTube channel and doing that. Yeah, so it is about the course which is very much useful. Okay, I understood why that university is such a good university, because the explanation is such a way that a zero level candidate can also understand that and become an expert through that. It is a free course, but only thing is you won't get a certificate. If you want to get a certificate, you can pay over there. Okay, just go through that video through my channel and watch that. Put at least 1 hour a day and try to learn that. Okay, it is good course. Don't miss it. Okay, thank you. So I'll just show you one thing and I will close it up for today. Let me show you that, and tomorrow we will continue. I will develop a few basic apps in this course. In this 6 days course, I want to introduce you all to Flutter. Okay, and I will develop some basic apps. Let me show you if it is there here. Give me a minute. Come on, where you are? Yes, got it. Yeah, here it is. Can you see this? Yes? Yes or no? Can you see this? Let me zoom it in.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, see, this scaffold, not this one, wait, not this one. Yeah, this one, I think it would help you. Why this is showing like this? I think I can present it. It's too small. Okay, yeah, can you see? If you can see, I will continue it here, or else I will try to expand it. Can you see?
Yes.
Okay, so if you see scaffold, okay, scaffold is a widget. Remember this word, scaffold. This is a widget which you get in SDK. This widget will cover single screen, entire single screen. If you see purple color, this has covered the entire screen. Understood? And I'm aligning these widgets. As I said, these are the blocks to build something. We are building this screen using these blocks. Okay, and the block name is scaffold. It will cover the entire screen, and the properties of this scaffold you can change it as you like. If you want color to be red, what you can do is you can give a property inside scaffold saying background color should be red. Okay, and inside scaffold, inside this screen, I am putting an app bar. App bar will automatically come on the top. Understood? Yes, you are getting?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah. After that, I have taken a container. Container means it's a box which will store something. Okay. Inside this container, I have taken a column, which is the yellow one. Okay. Whatever I give inside a column, what happens? Whatever I give inside a column, what happens to them?
Text or heading image.
They will come one below other. Okay, if you see inside this column there is a row and a text. This row and text will come one below other. If you see here, this green one is row and this T is the text. See, this has come one below the other. Understood? And this row has two elements, text and icon. Since these two are in row, they came one beside other. Understood? So in this way, all the widgets are there. You will just align them how you need and build the front end part. And the functionality part, it's very easy. Like every widget has its own functions created. Okay. If say, let's say there is a button. In that button, there is a function which is called on pressed. So whatever you write inside that function, when you press on that button, it will execute. Okay. So I want to stop it here today. I think you got the basic understanding of Flutter. So tomorrow we will develop a simple app, a simple basic dice app. Like you can play dice, like you can use that to play dice also. When you click on the button, the dice will roll and it will show you a value. Okay. And after that we will do some music apps and other. I'll try to complete, like in these 6 days I will try to congest more content. Okay, I guess everyone will be attending again. Yeah, so that's it for today. Thank you guys, thank you for attending. Have a good day, good night.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you, bye. Bye all, good night.